Acha, sorry. Good morning. I'm Vishakha Wankhede, and now I'm presenting Understanding and Addressing Diversity in Indian Society. So, first difference between diversity, stratification, and marginalization in contemporary India. Diversity. The diversity in India is unique, being a large country with large population. India presents endless varieties of physical features and cultural patterns. It is the land of many languages. It is only in India people professes all the major religions of the world. In short, in India is the epitome of the world. The vast population is composed of people having diverse creeds, customs, and colors. The sources of diversity in India may be traced through a variety of ways. The most obvious ones are the ethnic origins, religions, caste, tribes, language, and social customs, cultural and subcultural beliefs, political philosophies and ideologies, geographical variations, etc. Stratification. Social stratification is a particular form of a social inequality. All societies arrange their members in terms of superiority, inferiority, and equality. Stratification is a process of interactions of differentiation whereby some people come to rank higher than others. In one word, when individuals and groups are ranked according to some commonly accepted basis of valuation in hierarchy of status levels based upon the inequality of social positions, social stratification occurs. Social stratification means division of society into different strata or layers. It involves a hierarchy of social groups. Members of a particular layer have a common identity, they have a similar lifestyle. The Indian caste system provides an example of stratification system. The society in which divisions of social classes exist is known as a stratified society. Modern stratification fundamentally differs from stratification of a primitive societies. Social stratification involves two phenomena. First, differentiation of individuals or groups on the basis of profession of certain characteristics, whereby some individuals or groups come to rank higher than others. Second one, the ranking of individuals according to some basis of evaluation. Marginalization. Marginalization or social exclusion is the concept of intentionally forcing or keeping a person in an undesirable societal position. The reason for marginalization may be done to an individual or an entire group. The main consequence of being marginalized are from a social and economic perspective. It often involves limited rights for an individual or a group, which make it difficult to correct the marginalization. Concept and characteristics of diversity, linguistic, regional, and religious. Linguistic diversity. Concept and characteristics of linguistic diversity in India. India has become a land of many tongues and has been called as a tower of veritable language or a museum of languages. In 1950, the states in India were recognized on linguistic basis. As a result, the domiciles of a particular state speak a particular language. India is a nation of vast linguistic diversity. The Constitution of India now recognizes 23 languages spoken in different parts of the country. This consists of English plus 22 Indian languages, Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Konkani, Maithili, Kashmiri, Malayalam, Meitei, Marathi, Nepali, Oriya, Santali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu. Language while Hindi is the official language of the central government in India, with English as a provisional official language, individual state legislatures can adopt any regional language as the official language of the state. The Constitution of India recognizes 23 Indian official language spoken in different parts of the country, of which two official and classical languages, Sanskrit and Tamil. The multilingual nature of the country affects every aspect of her national life, but linguistic diversity was not a great problem in the past since Sanskrit in the beginning, later Persian, and during last 100 years, English served as a link languages. At present, the language problem has become so acute that it has posed a major threat to national integration. Most often, linguistic tensions are being manifested in the borders which are bilingual. For example, in Belgaum, there is a tug of war between Marathi and Kannada speaking people. Assam confronted with Bengali and Assamese. Although Hindi has been recognized as the national languages, this has promoted better hostilities, particularly in the south. Language problem has never been as intensely felt as it is today. Even Bihar and Uttar Pradesh are not free from the linguistic problems. Linguism, meaning linguism is a division among members of a society on the basis of language. When India got her independence, it was decided that English should continue as the official language along with Hindi for a period of 15 years. But English has continued to remain till today an associated official language mainly because of the revolt by the South Indian states against the compulsory learning of Hindi as official and national language. The issue of linguism raises some very crucial questions in the area of education is what should be the language burden on school going child. Causes of linguism. There are many causes at the root of linguism in a country. The major ones are psychological causes, historical causes, geographical causes, social causes, political causes, and economical causes. So, first we see psychological causes. People of a particular region are attached to the regional language, which is the most, which is their mother tongue. Hence, they do not easily accept to learn another Indian language. Historical causes. India had been invaded by numerous foreign countries. For example, French people invaded our country and established their supremacy in Pondicherry. Portuguese in Goa. Mughals came and brought Persian language. British spread English language all over India. As a result, Indian languages became subordinated to this language. This gave birth to linguism as people from different regions promoted their own regional language in their states. Geographical causes. Every language has its own literature. This literature is influenced everywhere by local geographical conditions such as plains, mountains, local vegetation, and local culture. It reflects the life of the people who speak the language. Hence, an individual does not willingly accept it if the language of another region is forced on them. Economical causes. There are some economical causes that also inspire linguism. Some languages are financially assisted by the government for their progress, but people speaking other languages object to these. Political causes. Linguism is also inspired by the political interests and aspirations of different politicians and political groups. During elections, in order to win votes, many communal political parties raise language issues to instigate their people and win their votes. Social issues, causes. Linguism is encouraged by some social factors. The language that is adopted by the society is respected. On the contrary, the languages that carries to contradictory presumptions are objected. This lead to linguism. For example, insistence on continuancy of English as associated official language along with Hindi by South Indian states like Tamil Nadu. Regional diversity, concept and characteristics of regional diversity in India. Indian political territorial division consists of 29 states and 7 union territories. This division is accompanied by significant regional diversity, which is distinct and visible as one moves from state to state. Diversity exists in language, food, race, customs. Every state has its own distinctive cultural identity within the common Indian culture. The North Indian states are markedly different from the South Indian states in all these areas. Roots of regionalism is in India's manifold diversity of languages, cultures, ethnic groups, communities, religions, and so on, and encouraged by the regional concentration of those identity markers and fueled by a sense of regional deprivation. For many centuries, India remained the land of many lands, regions, cultures, and traditions. For instance, southern India, the home of Dravidian cultures, which is itself a region of many regions, is evidently different from the north, the west, the central, and the northeast. Even the east of India is different from the northeast of India, comprising today seven constituent units of Indian Federation with the largest concentration of tribal people. Regionalism. Regionalism, meaning the word regional means any element belongs to a particular region, and the feeling related to the people belonging to the particular region is known as the regionalism. The term regionalism has two connotations. In the positive sense, it is a political attributes associated with people's love for their language, for their region, culture, language, etc., with a view to maintain their independent identity. In the negative sense, it implies excessive attachment to one's region in preference to the country or the state. While positive regionalism is welcoming things in so far maintaining as it encourages the people to develop the sense of brotherhood and commonness on the basis of common language, religion, or historical background. The negative sense regionalism is a great threat to the unity and integrity of the country. Regionalism is a sense of affections and attachment for people belonging to one's own region rather than for those who belongs to some other region. Devotions to the interest of one's own region. In the Indian context, generally, the term regionalism has been used in the negative sense. As a result, as a result of these people of one region in India has started looking at the people from some other part of the country in the same light in which they are prone to regard foreigners. They want that only people of their own area should run the government in their region, while they do not want to make any place for people who have migrated from some other regions, irrespective of the period for which they have been living there. In this way, some people have demanded the formation of separate states. For example, the formation of Uttaranchal and Jharkhand, state which the government has recently fulfilled. Even then, functions of government have been divided between the central government and the respective state government. All the states are free to act in all domestic matter. Causes of regionalism. First, geographical causes. There is a vast difference between food habits, language, culture, customs, dress, lifestyles of people belonging to different states. This diversity is reflected in the state-wise division and within the states. For example, if one has to travel from northern to state like Delhi and Punjab to southern state like Kerala and Tamil Nadu, they are bound to experience huge discrepancies in the language, culture, dress, and food. Second one is historical causes. Historical causes. This feeling was shattered due to some historical causes. Many states in India had serious conflicts in the past with each other. These this conflict has created bitterness among them. Therefore, they cannot meet with each other with open heart and open mind. Political causes. In different regions, some people have demanded for the formation of regional government, and this trend of thinking has been inspired by regional interest and the aim of gaining power. Psychological causes. It is wish of the most of the people that the progress and the achievement of their region should be maximum. The idea in itself is neither bad nor deniable, but when they disregard the nation's interest and those of the reason for the attainment of of this objective, then these feelings can be classified under regionalism. Social causes. In a country like India, marriages are preferred with a person of the same regional background. Due to these people belonging to one region avoid marriages in other regions. Economic causes. Due to economic problems such as lack of resources, unemployment, etc. Of a particular reason, people from those regions often migrate to comparatively stable economic region. If this migration continues and increase, then it may result in sudden rise the burden of that area. The people start hating them and try to turn them out from that region. Next one is religious diversity. Religious diversity, nature, characteristics of diversity. India is the birthplace of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism, collectively known as Indian religions. Indian religions are a major form of world religion, along with Abrahamic ones. Today, Hinduism and Buddhism are the world's third and fourth largest religions, respectively, with over 2 billion followers altogether and possibly as many as 2.5 or 2.6 billion followers. India is one of the most religiously diverse nations in the world with some of the most deeply religious societies and cultures. Religion plays a central and definitive role in the life of many of its people. According to the 2011 census, 79.8% of the population of India practice Hinduism, Islam 14.2%, Christianity 2.3%, Sikhism 1.7%, and Buddhism 0.7%, and Jainism 0.4% are the other major religions followed by the people of India. Different religions are followed by the Indian people for centuries. The major ones are Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, and others like Zoroastrians, Jews, etc. Challenges and role of education, linguistic diversity, regional diversity, and religious diversity. First, we see linguistic diversity, adverse consequences of linguism, challenges, linguistic divide within the country, influence on medium of instruction in different parts of India, negative political exploitation on the basis of language, threat to national integration, inadequate representation of linguistic minorities, increasing regionalism and parochialism. The people of different linguistic groups who are concentrated in a state seem to think only in terms of interest of their own state. That this undermines consideration of national issues and causes partial feelings. Formation of regional political parties. Linguism has resulted in the regionalism which has ultimately led to the formation of regional political parties in some states. Some of these regional political parties have also formed government. Such political parties in power often complicate center-state relationship. Role of education. Education plays an important role in the elimination of linguism. Education for national integration, inculcation of democratic principle for language options in education, then creating interest for language study, co-curricular activities, competitions, games, dramas, promoting respect for Indian languages, appreciation of contributions of great poets and authors to the development of Indian languages. The three languages formula is given by the Kothari Commission, which is modified and revised from earlier policy, equalizes the language burden, and also develops the Indian identity in every citizens to the learning of common language, and it has been adopted by all the states. Mother tongue, original language, official Indian language, or associate of official Indian languages Modern Indian languages or Western language not included in A or B. Finally, it should be remembered that in order to solve the problems of linguism, it is necessary to adopt a comprehensive viewpoint. Each language should be encouraged by the government in every region. If the prejudice concerning the other, the mind and comprehensive and sympathetic viewpoint is adopted, it becomes possible for a number of languages to prosper. Regional diversity challenges. The word regional means belonging to a particular region, and the feeling related to the people belonging to the particular region is known as a regionalism. The term regionalism has two connotations. In the sense, in the positive sense, it is political attribute to associate with the people's love for their regions, culture, language, etc., with a view to maintain their independent identity. In the negative sense, it implies excessive attachment to one's region in preference to common national identity. Impact of regionalism in India, positive impact. Scholars believe that regionalism plays an important role in building of the nation. If the demands of the regions are accommodated by the political system of the country, regional recognition in terms of statehood or state autonomy gives self-determination to the peoples of that particular region and they feel empowered and happy. Internal self-determination of a community, whether linguistic, tribal, religious, regional, or their combinations, has remained the predominant form in which regionalism in India has sought to express itself historically as well as at present time. Regional Regional identities in India have not always defined themselves in the opposition to and at the expense of the national identity. Notice a democratic effect of such process in that India's representative democracy has moved close to the people who feel more involved and show greater concern for institutions of local and regional governance. For example, Tripura Tribal Autonomous District Council, formed in 1985, has served to protect an otherwise endangered tribal identity in the state by providing a democratic platform for former separatists to become a party of governance and thereby reduce significantly the basis of political extremism in the state. In such political setup, there always remains a scope of balanced regional development. The socio-cultural diversity is being due to respect, and it helps the regional people to practice their own culture too. Negative impact of regionalism in India. Regionalism is often seen as a serious threat to the development, progress, and unity of the nation. It gives internal security challenges by the insurgent groups who propagate the feelings of regionalism against the mainstream politico-administrative setup of the country. Regionalism definitely impacts politics as days of coalition government and alliances are taking place. Regional demands become national demands. Policies are launched to satisfy regional demands, and generally those are extended to all pockets of country. Hence, national policies are now dominated by regional demands. For example, MSP gives to sugarcane. It was helpful for farmers of Maharashtra, but it was implemented across all states, resulting agitations of farmers belonging to UP, Punjab, and Haryana. Meanwhile, it sows seeds of defections among ministers and targeting to corresponding minister. Developmental plans are implemented unevenly, focusing on regions to which heavyweight leaders belongs are benefited, hence unrest is generated among rest reasons. Law and order is disturbed, agitations with massive violence takes place. Ultimately, government is compelled to take harsh steps, hence wrong signals are emitted about the government authorities. The regionalism induced violence disturbs the whole society. People are killed, So students cannot attend the schools and colleges, tourism cannot be promoted, etc. This impacts the development of human resource. Government need to deploy extra forces to control the situations, and it has direct implications on the economy of the nation. Impacted societies remain aloof from the mainstream development, and then the regional variations and backwardness is clearly reflected. Conclusion: education cannot solve the problem, but it can create a background in the minds of the children to think beyond regional boundaries and to make approach wide and positive. Regionalism cannot be considered as a big problem unless it hampers the nation's unity. It is such a problem that cannot be solved all of sudden. This problem should be handled tactfully, and education is the most effective solution to create social harmony. Thank you.